Did you get all the results back?
Yes. It's nothing for you to worry about. You spoke about being under some emotional strain.
Yes, I'm sure that's really all it is.
Well, not all. I ran a test I didn't tell you about.
Oh?
Rita, this may be unexpected, but, you're pregnant.
Well, the dishes are done. Now we can just sit down and relax for a while. Ooh.
Mama.
Yes, dear.
I've made up my mind. I'm going to have an abortion.
Reed.
You can't understand what I'm doing, really. How could you? Mama. Eve, there's more. There's a lot more to it than you know.
Rita. What?
Well, you might as well know this, too. I'm not even sure that it's Ed's baby.
You're getting tired, aren't you? Aren't you?
You have a beautiful baby.
Oh, thanks.
It's a little girl or a little boy?
It's a little girl. Her name's Jenny.
How old is she?
10 months. She's a handful, too, aren't you, Jenny?
She your first?
Yeah. My husband and I hope to have 2 more. I hope at least one of them's a boy. You have kids?
No.
Come in, please. Now, Holly, this is a two-way mirror. There's a room behind this wall where Mr. Stennis and the others will be observing us, and they'll be able to hear everything we say to each other.
Oh, I didn't know it would be like this.
What is it? Is it the mirror? Is the mirror upsetting you?
Oh, yes.
Well, the reason why we use it in hypnosis is because it lets us proceed without being disturbed, since we won't be able to see them.
Oh.
You all right?
Yeah.
Holly, we talked the last time we met about the purpose of your undergoing hypnosis. You understand why Mr. Stennis is here?
Well, I know he's from the district attorney's office.
You're very anxious. Why? You have any questions? Is there anything you don't understand?
No, I understand. I'm just nervous.
Well, one thing to remember is that I can't hypnotize you against your will. So in a sense, you'll only do and say what you want to do or say. Now, I'll be asking you to relax and concentrate, to trust in me. And when you do that, and if you do that, we'll talk, just as we talked before. Only under hypnosis, you'll be able to recall things that you couldn't recall before.
About the day I shot him.
Yes, there may be other memories, too, which may help us to understand why your recollection of what happened is so different from Dr. Bauer's. What are you afraid of?
I don't know.
Holly, maybe you better tell Dr. Quinn about what you told me this morning.
You say I'll have to relive what happened. I'll feel it happening to me again.
Well, when you remember the events in detail, it's very likely that you will re-experience the feelings you had then.
It'll be like I'm going through the whole thing over again.
Yes, but I'll be here, and if it becomes too painful for you, I'll bring you out of it just as quickly as I can.
I'm sorry. I know you've all gone to a lot of trouble, but I don't feel I can go through with it.
And now, the guiding light.
I've not been around children for a long time. I hope she likes me.
She'll like you.
Sometimes it is difficult for a child to form new attachments.
I guarantee you, it's not going to be a problem.
It's strange to think of myself as part of a family again. You want to know something? I have not been this happy in a long, long time.
Yeah, I haven't either.
You are changed.
What do you mean?
You seem so far away. Your mind is so full of plans.
I've been separated from my daughter a long time. As soon as I get my daughter, things are going to be a lot better.
Such a beautiful child. You never showed me this.
No. It was taken about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I guess kids change a lot at that age. I wonder how much she's changed.
How long has it been since you saw her?
Too long.
And this is Christina's mother.
Yeah.
I wish you would tell me about your plans.
My plans are to pick up my daughter, bring her over here, for us to live in Switzerland, watch her grow up. Those are my plans.
Oh, so many things you haven't told me. I don't even know where she lives.
You don't need to know that.
But how can I reach you?
You can't reach me. I told you, I will reach you.
Why won't you tell me?
You know, if I were to change any part of you, Renee, it would be your inquisitive nature. You ask far too many questions.
But how can I not? You want to marry me, you want me to be a wife and a mother to your little girl, and yet you will not trust me.
I trust you. It's just that there are things that you do not need to know.
Are you going to see Christina's mother?
Renee,
I'm worried about you.
don't worry about me.
What if you don't come back?
I'll come back.
I hate goodbyes. I said goodbye to my husband, my little boy. I never saw them again.
I guarantee you, you're going to see me again.
I thought you said she was ready.
She wanted to do it. She understands how important it is.
Well, she was all right when we talked with Mrs. Barnes, the superintendent, this morning, but I think you're right. She's gotten anxious about it, and she's just afraid to remember some of that stuff.
Maybe it'd help if I talked to her. Hi, Doctor. Excuse me. Could I speak to her?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I understand.
How can you understand? I don't.
Look, this is stuff that you've wanted to forget. You wanted to put it behind you, and we're asking you to relive it again. But Holly, there were things going on inside you that we don't know about. We got to get to those things. We got to find out the truth.
Mike, we know the truth. I shot him.
You shot him. But you didn't do it to protect Ed. You didn't do it to protect yourself. So why?
I was frightened.
Now, why would you be frightened? You knew he was going to be going to prison. He was not going to be a threat to you or to Christina. Why would you destroy your life and deprive Christina of her life with you?
I don't know.
And when you spoke to the psychiatrist before the trial, You told him that you were deeply remorseful and that you had a genuine feeling of being sorry for what you'd done, despite what Roger had done to you.
That's true.
Well, if that's true, then why did you violate your deepest sense of right and wrong? To do this, why?
Like, don't you think I've asked myself that question over and over again?
This could be the last chance we have to fully understand why you did this. I know it's tough, and I wish I could make it easier for you, but I can't.
Holly, what have you decided?
I'll do it. I'll try.
The hospital room will be ready in half an hour. So I suggest you go right on over from here.
All right.
An abortion at this stage in a pregnancy involves very little risk, Mrs. Bauer. Since you decided to go ahead, you were wise not to delay. Really, there's no reason to expect any problem.
Dr. Stearns, there's something that I wanted to ask you.
Yes? I can see you're upset. Are you worried about the procedure, or are you having second thoughts?
Is there any way of finding out if my husband is the baby's father? I mean, it's possible to check the baby's blood type, isn't it?
Well, you know, blood tests aren't all that conclusive as far as determining the paternity of a child. Oh, sometimes they can prove that a certain man is not the father, but they can't prove that he is. There's a test that's more or less conclusive, but it's done later on in a pregnancy, and I wouldn't advise it in your case. You still haven't discussed this with your husband?
No, as I said, we are separated.
But your question... Are you quite sure you're satisfied with the decision you've made?
Yes, I mean, I'm not happy about it, but... Well, you did say that this shouldn't be put off.
No. If you're sure an abortion is the right course, then you should do it as quickly as possible. Oh, that doesn't mean you should rush into it. If there are any doubts in your mind... Excuse me. Yes. Yes, she's here now. It's your mother. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Thank you. Yes, hello?
Oh, Rita. Oh, thank goodness you're still there, dear. When I got home, you'd gone. I called the hospital.
Well, Mama, I told you I had to be here at 2.
I know, dear. Rita, listen. I want you to do one thing. Just do this for me, please, dear. Before you go back to the hospital, please go talk to Pastor Boland.
Mama.
Oh, honey, I know you'll feel better if you talk this over with him first.
Mama, please. Everything is arranged.
Honey, it's not too late. I don't want you to do something that you'll regret.
Mama, look, I can't talk now.
All right, I think we're ready to go ahead now. Will all of you please go in the other room? All right, Holly, would you sit over there, please? Now, are you comfortable?
Yes.
I want you to understand that the others are in the observation room right behind this mirror. Now, they can see and hear everything we say, but we can't hear or see them, so they won't be disturbing us. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. Now, I want you to try to relax. I want you to realize that I can't hypnotize you against your will. Only with your cooperation. That's the only way it will happen.
Right, I understand.
All right, now I want you to hold out your arm and let it go limp. Oh, you're very tense. I want you to let the relaxation go throughout your body. Your body feels heavy. Your arm feels heavy. Your shoulders feel heavy. Even your eyelids feel heavy. You feel safe. You are safe here. You can relax. What are you thinking about now?
I'm afraid to.
Now, what are you afraid of?
To lose control.
Now, Holly, nothing will happen against your will. All right. Now, relax again. Hold out your arm. And close your eyes. Now, I want you to imagine that we're walking down a long hallway together. It's a long, long corridor. And there's a door at the end. And the door is closed. And we're approaching.
I'm sorry. I can't do that.
What's wrong?
I just can't.
Quinn didn't say she was gonna fight it like this.
She's nervous.
Yeah, I know. What's she afraid of?
You think we should stop it?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get upset if it's not going to work. She's been through too much already.
All right. Let's try again.
Alan loved it.
Oh, come on.
Well, at least he approved it. I told you he would.
So you did?
Yeah, well, if I like it, Alan tends to like it. Haven't you noticed?
I was a little worried about this one. I wasn't so sure.
Why?
Oh, different approach. Besides, I've seen him around here the last few days.
You're referring to his famous mood.
Acts like he has something on his mind.
Yeah, I think he has.
Well, since you two think so much alike, maybe you can tell me what it is that's bothering him.
Well, it certainly isn't his divorce. To say that he's taking that well is an understatement. What's bothering him is either business or Hope Bauer, probably Hope Bauer.
I didn't think that she was still seeing him, is she?
Well, their pictures aren't in the paper these days.
Oh, come on, Diane. What are you saying, that he and Hope are still together?
You don't have to be so annoyed.
I just don't think that you should go around implying something like that without having a valid reason.
My, what keen interest.
I just don't want to see her hurt.
Well, who's hurting her, me?
She's been hurt by a lot of gossip, and Alan has put her in a situation where she's bound to be hurt.
Look, don't you think you're being just a little subjective about this? You don't know anything at all about the situation, and you automatically defend Hope. Hope, the young, innocent girl seduced by the cruel, ruthless Alan Spaulding. Come on. Are you interested in a more objective appraisal?
What, from you?
Yes.
I don't think you're very objective, Diane.
Well, I do have a certain loyalty to Alan, but I know I can be objective about Hope. Ben, Alan is very rich. And he's famous, and he's socially prominent. And he is soon to be divorced. Shall I go on?
Oh, of course. So she's going after him, huh?
She wouldn't be the first.
Oh, please. You know, you don't even know her at all.
Have you talked to her lately?
Why?
Well, I thought since your divorce is going through, you're on your own now, you might be renewing old acquaintances.
Oh,
All right,
please,
I'm sorry I brought it up.
Yes, me too. I'm gonna go back working later.
Hello. Yes, he's right here. Just a minute. Ben, it's, for you. Laurie, put it through on two. They tried to find you in graphics. It's your brother.
Hello? Yes. Hi, Jer. What's up? What? When?
I could go to Lausanne tomorrow and see about the sale of the house and inquire at some of the schools.
No, really, there's no need to do that. Because I'm sure that I want her to go to the lycée.
But she has no French.
She'll learn French.
That takes time.
She's a very, very bright girl. She'll pick it up quickly.
Things will be unfamiliar to her. Any child would have trouble adjusting.
She'll have me.
I only want to make it as easy on her as possible. I mean, with school. I could get a room ready in my apartment for her.
No.
You will be coming back to Paris before we go on to Switzerland?
Yeah.
I would like to buy her something. Clothes, whatever she needs. Will you be bringing many things back with you?
What things?
Oh, I don't know. Clothes, books, toys, whatever she's attached to.
No, whatever she needs, I can pick up for her here.
Arthur, a child that becomes attached to familiar things, it may seem unimportant to us, but emotionally it can mean a great deal to her.
I told you. The important thing is that she'll have me. Anything else that she needs besides me, we can pick up later.
What are you going to tell her about me?
I don't know. I'm going to have to work that out. Play it as it comes.
I think you should prepare her. I think she should know that we're going to be married.
You gotta stop worrying so much. I'm telling you. Just leave everything to me. Okay, will you do that for me? Do something for me?
What?
Just trust me completely. You don't have to go to Lausanne. You don't have to do anything like that. Because if we don't get that house, we'll get another house. Don't worry about her education and finding a school for her and all that stuff. Because I'll take care of everything when I get back.
Arthur, if we're going to be a family, I have a responsibility
You've
too.
got a responsibility right here to your practice. You work very hard at. You got your hands full with that. Just take care of that. And don't worry about the rest of it. Leave it to me. I love you.
I love you.
Don't worry. I'm not going to be gone long. Forgive me if I'm a bit distant, but all I can think of right now is getting my daughter away from those people. Okay?
Okay.
Speaking of which, I'm going to have to really step on it now to get out to the airport.
Will you call me?
Yeah. I'll call you. I have to change planes in New York and then go on to where Chrissy is, and I'll call you as soon as I get there.
All right. Arthur, is this going to be dangerous?
No. It won't be dangerous. You want to come downstairs?
Oh, no. No, I'll say goodbye here.
All right. Wish me luck.
I do.
Next time you see me, I'm going to have my daughter with me.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, Renee. You take care of yourself.
How's Mom? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I know. All right, listen, if I can't, I will call you back. Okay, bye.
What is it?
My dad's in the hospital.
Oh, no, what's wrong?
They don't know. He collapsed at work. Now they're doing some tests.
I'm sorry.
My mom is really upset. She wants me to come home.
Sure. Well, listen, I mean, if you need to take time off, don't give it another thought. I'll explain it to Alan.
Oh, thanks, Diane. Man, I tell you, you know, just when it looks like you're about to break even, something else happens and takes some money.
Well, I can advance you the money for the plane tickets or anything else you need.
No, I can pay for the tickets.
You can get away, can't you?
Yeah, you just said it was okay.
Well, I was thinking about the Wexlers. I mean, I know how much Lucille and Amanda depend on you.
Well, my dad's in the hospital. They're just gonna have to understand.
Listen, is there anything I can do for you? I mean, I could try to get you a reservation on a flight tonight.
No, that's okay. I'll take care of it.
Listen, why don't you go home? I mean, you certainly can't work with this on your mind.
Yeah, I think I will. Thanks.
Okay. Ben?
Mm-hmm.
Are you close to your father?
No, but, you know, he's still my father.
Sure. Listen, call me tonight. I mean, if you just want to talk or anything. And I won't expect you in tomorrow, and just stay in touch with me and let me know what's happening.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
Well, here we are. Now, there's the closet if you want to unpack and hang up your things. Your surgery's scheduled for 6 o'clock. Did Dr. Stearns tell you?
Yes.
Good. Now, you could put on this gown, okay? I have to go out for a few minutes, but I'll be back to explain the surgical procedure to you, right? Now, I suggest you get into bed and rest.
Oh, all right. It'll all be over. Just a few more hours.
Look, we both made mistakes. But things can be different. Sweetheart, I want you to come home.
Ed, I'm not coming home. I'm sorry. It's just no good.
Rita, why?
It's too late.
It's not. Unless you're in love with someone else.
No.
Then why aren't you willing to try?
Ed, I told you I was with someone else.
Rita, if it's over with him, it's over.
No, Ed, it's not that simple. I can't just ask you to forget. Ed,
What?
Nothing, Ed.
Rita.
Mrs. Bauer.
Yes.
You haven't put on your gown.
Oh, no.
Well, shall I help you?
No, it's all right. I'm not going to put it on. I'm going to go out.
Out?
Yeah, I have something I want to do.
Mrs. Bauer, you've checked into the hospital, and you're due for the surgery in a few hours. Now, I've asked you to put on this gown.
Yes, I know. I'm gonna go out. I'll be back in about an hour or so, and I'll do it then.
I'm sorry, but we have regulations in this hospital, and the patients are supposed to follow them.
I know. You don't have to tell me about that. I'm a nurse, and I know that you can't keep me if I want to leave.
Well, I'll have to talk to Dr. Stearns.
Go ahead.
Where are you going?
Hello?
Mrs. Rita Bauer, please.
Oh, Rita isn't here right now. This is her mother. Who's calling, please?
This is Dr. Stearns. Could you tell me where she is?
Dr. Stearns? Well, she's at the hospital.
No. She checked in to the hospital after she left my office today. I just gotten a call from them. Apparently she left the hospital about a half hour ago.
She left the hospital?
Yes. She told the nurse she'd be back, but she didn't say where she was going. Naturally, they want to know what's going on. I thought she might have gone home.
No, she didn't.
Her surgery's scheduled for early this evening. Do you have any idea where she might be?
Well, you know, Doctor, this is a very important step for her. It's possible that she's wanted to talk it over with somebody.
I see. Yes, I could see she was upset when she was in my office today. I had the impression she'd made up her mind.
Yes, I thought she had too.
Well, if she comes home, I hope she'll call me and let me know what she intends to do.
Oh, yes, I'll tell her, Doctor. I'm sure she'll call.
And if she returns to the hospital, I'll let you know so you won't worry.
Yes. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Oh, dear God. Maybe she's changed her mind. Maybe she's changed her mind.
I tried. I just don't feel able to go on with it.
Do you feel uneasy with me?
I don't know.
Does it upset you that we're being watched?
Yes, I feel strange about that.
Well, when we talked, you said you wanted Dr. Bauer to be here.
Yes.
Why?
We've been through a lot together. I trust him.
And he was with you also on the day of the shooting,
Yes.
wasn't he? Well, Holly, when we try again, I'm going to ask you to remember that Dr. Bauer is here. When you begin to feel anxious, I want you to remember that he can see everything, and he won't let anything happen that would harm you.
All right.
Are you ready to try again?
Okay.
All right. Hold out your arm. Let it go limp. Your arm is tired. You're relaxed. And you're going to let that relaxation go through your body. You're like a rag doll. You can feel the chair holding you up. Your arms are heavy. Your shoulders, even your eyelids. Close your eyes. I want you to imagine that we're walking down a long hallway together. A long, long corridor. And if you feel afraid, you'll remember that Dr. Bauer is watching you walk down the corridor. He wants you to walk down the corridor. Now, as we walk down the corridor, look at the end of it. You'll see a door at the end. It's closed. Open it. We open the door, and we walk into the room. Are you in the room, Holly?
Yes.
The room is dark. Dark and empty except for something on the far wall. It's a screen, like the screen in a movie theater. Do you see it?
Yes.
And on this screen is a film. And the film, as it runs, can show everything that's happened in your life. It can show everything. It can show everything that's ever happened to you. And you can see it clearly in great detail, just like it's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Holly, we're going back to May 31st of this year. It's the day you shot Roger Thorpe. And it's up on the screen now. It's happening now. Now, you're going into Roger Thorpe's office. You're upset. Look at the screen, Holly. Do you see his office?
Yes.
Do you see Roger Thorpe?
Yes, I see him.
Sounds like she's done it this time.
Your father was so proud of you girls. He used to look forward to the time when you and Evie would grow up and have families of your own. Well, it made him happy to think that the family would still go on after he was gone.
Mama, I don't want to hear all this.
Honey, I'm sorry if this upsets you. But you know perfectly well that if your father was here right now, he would want you to think hard about what you're doing. I think he'd ask you, what is it you want out of life? What's more important than a child?
Mama, I just don't feel that way. I know you and Daddy did, but I don't.
Well, what do you care about, Rita? What do you want out of life?
Excuse me, do you speak English?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You are an American. I'm going to the lounge for a little while. Would you keep an eye on this for me?
Oh, sure.
I mean, unless you'd like to join me for a drink.
No, no, thanks. Soon, Chrissy. Very soon.
You're in Roger Thorpe's office. You see him very clearly.
I see him.
What is he doing?
He's standing there. He's looking at me.
You can hear his voice clearly.
Yes.
What is he saying?
He says the only thing I care about in this hard, cold world is my daughter. I say, you're threatening to take her?
What does he say?
He says you'd like to nail me for kidnapping. He says he'll take her away from me legally.
Are you afraid?
Yes.
What do you say to him?
I warn him. I say, maybe you'll get away with what you did to me. But I know what you are. And I'll never let you have her.
What do you mean, maybe you'll get away with what you did to me? What are you referring to?
This must have happened before I got there.
What do you mean, maybe you'll get away with what you did to me? What are you referring to?
I meant when he raped me. He knows. I want to leave. I want to get out of the room. And I tell him, you leave Chrissy alone and you'll be sorry. And I want to leave, and I can't get out of the door. He's standing in the way.
Then what?
He comes toward me. He says he always liked my hair.
What does he do now?
He smiles.
Why?
Because he knows I'm afraid of him. And I want to slap him. I want to hit him. I hate him. I am afraid of him.
It's as if she's there.
What does he do now?
He says Christina may not love him now, but she will when she lives with him. And I say I love her more than anything in the world, and I'll give my life for her. He says that's touching. That's real touching. But I'm through hearing her call Ed Bauer Daddy.
Why does he say that?
He hates Ed.
Now what does he say?
He accuses me of being in love with Ed. He says you're more in love with him now than you ever were. And he talks about what happened.
What? When he raped you?
Yes. I don't want to see this. I want to come back now.
Now, he can't hurt you anymore. You can still see him clearly, and you can hear his voice clearly. But he can't hurt you anymore. We want to learn what's happened, Holly, and you're the only one that can tell us. And you can see it all very clearly.
The telephone rings. And Roger answers it. It's Rita. And she must be telling him that Ed is coming over because he says, I'm not afraid of Ed. And when he hangs up, He says I'm glad he's coming over. I've wanted to set things straight with your lover for a long time. He has a gun.
Where is the gun?
He keeps it in the desk in the drawer. And Ed is coming. I hear him calling Roger's name. I see Roger's eyes. He looks frightened and full of hate. And Ed comes in. He says, I've been looking for you, Thorpe. And I get scared then. And Roger comes at me. And he grabs me, and I slap him, and he slaps me back, and he says, you want to try that again? I say, no, please, Roger, don't.
Wait a minute, what is she talking about? That didn't happen.
Please, I want to go back. I want to come back now. I don't want him to hit me.
Now, Holly, Dr. Bowers just entered Thorpe's office. Roger can't hurt you.
No, Roger isn't. Ed's not there. Roger and I are alone.
Now, Holly, listen to me. We're very close to the truth. Did Roger hit you that day?
Yes.
Dr. Bauer was there. He says Roger didn't. What are you remembering, Holly? What are you remembering?
This has been The Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon, South Southwest, Stephen Burrows for Cop Ferrat and Barney's.